Move the Wi-Fi. It's still a little bit. Okay, now we're good. Now we're good.
Huh? That's a money shot.
You guys getting fucked. All right, guys. We are back. We are live. CeleTake podcast, episode 11. They're already giggling.
Oh, my God.
We got the one and only Snarker Pandis, vice commissioner, kind of commissioner.
Yeah, don't take that from Brandon Ash.
Not yet. He doesn't show up again. We might have to.
I mean, he showed up 0, but I love Brandon.
Yeah.
No. He's going to show up with a security shirt on next time. Yeah.
We'll see.
He was blurring on his...
Yeah, no one could understand him on the live. I was watching it. It was so funny.
Well, you know what? We're here with Parker Landis. Eric is still out due to his shoulder injury. He had to make up some money at work. Thank you, Kaiser. To my right, the leader of the FOD squad, 5-season veteran, way more than 5 years with the Celi games. Fadi in the building, fasting, no longer fasting.
No longer.
He's feeling good.
Yeah, he just...
How was dinner?
Shout out Gene, man. Shout out Sway,
we were on at 8:35, but I had to shut it off.
Gene.
Oh, Gene.
My boy Gene.
And then to my left, we have junior member of the FOD squad.
Junior member is crazy.
He's got to work his way up. Now we got Kyson, man, a legend himself, 5-season veteran as well. We got two vets in the house, two purple team, former second-round pick in season 1 as well. For those of you that don't know. Yeah, you were a second-round pick.
I
think I was third.
I was
third. It was JoJo Yumi.
Yep, that was the team.
And then Nate Gill.
for arguably the worst team in the league. And then Will Santry, who never showed up.
Oh my God, I forgot. We had Will.
Efren, Axel.
Chan.
Yeah.
Axel.
Will Santry.
Oh, yeah, we had Chan.
You had a very interesting team. You went 0 for 0-8.
Yeah.
0-5, and then we switched our jerseys to inside out white.
Because we played 6 games of the regular season, and then you were 0-7, and then 0-1 is white. Slash brown on Efren's jersey.
Yeah.
It was awful.
It was a bad team. But anyway.
Great. We had a good time, though. We had fun.
The only year Mike didn't win.
You were the first person with an 8-second violation. Remember you rolled the ball?
All right, guys. We are here. We are live. We're here to discuss what went down last week. Week 10 of the regular season. Arguably the most exciting games that we've had since last season's playoffs. Very competitive all across the board. Game 1. Kyson, you were in that game. Ghost Riders versus the Magicians. Other than you not getting the ball, what did you see went wrong for the Ghost Riders?
Shit, they wasn't passing the rock. What I seen was, bro, he wasn't playing as a team at all. To be real, I know it was Tommy's first game, so like none of us know how he played, but they was all saying like, at least he passed more to Vaughn. Bullshit.
Well, that's not a hard milestone.
But I mean, I got the rock from Vaughn. That's my nigga. So it's like,
I know.
He gonna pass to me, bro. I saw it was like 4 times in a row. This man comes down to do a fake pass to me into defense, like clobber. Like,
I think it's tough because Tommy is kind of thrust into a position. I said it on the week before on the podcast. You're getting a high-quality player. Tommy plays a ton. He's on the Claremont Crocs. He's a hell of a player. But
he plays in the
Volusia
County Serpents.
Volusia County Serpents, that's right. Yeah. But he's a great player. We've seen Tommy for a long time. And it's tough because you're thrust into, hey, this is the last game of your season. Technically, it could be the last game of your season. And you're not really gelled with these guys. Like, does that make sense? So I think it was tough. I picked... Magicians to win that game just based on continuity. They're also streaking. Magicians have looked pretty good over the past 3 weeks, but
they look good for that since that first switch.
But yeah, no, I really liked your guys' team throughout the season. It's unfortunate your season has come to an end. Do we do losers games, Mike?
Yes, we do.
All right, so you guys.
Yes.
It's embarrassing.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, Parker with the.
So the spoil. They call me Spoiler Landis.
Okay. It's on the schedule that I initially dropped.
Yeah, in your face. You think anybody here read the fine print? Absolutely not.
About that earlier. What the fuck does that even mean?
That means you guys have pride and you don't want to be the worst team in the league.
So that entrenches like who's the worst. Like Purple Team was the worst. We played that loser game. That was a loser game.
We played the blue and we abolished it.
Yeah, it was terrible.
When was that? Oh yeah.
That was at a Roaring.
Yeah.
Awful.
That court was
awful.
Was losers at one point.
Yes, we were in 3rd place because AJ didn't show up for the championship.
In your face.
Until the end.
Yeah, but the last place game, you never want to be in last place, and I'm sure you guys.
If you're first, you're last.
You're 100% right. Unfortunately, you're not going to be first, but you don't also want to be last.
Yeah, I guess.
There you go. Kyson, I wanted to address something while you're here. In the comments, usually say people are gay.
No, that's Axel.
Or Axel does that?
That's Axel.
I thought you'd say... You called him gay, though, too, right?
Well, yeah.
He likes dick.
But those... Axel, if you're watching, there's a little saying that we like to say around here. Those who call gay...
Are gay.
Are gay. All right.
Fadi, you were there for that game. Ghost Riders Magicians. What did you see in that game?
Man, Magicians they played team ball. Gary was passing. Trey was hitting. Gary was hitting.
No Sterling.
No Sterling, which was actually surprising because the game he did play with them, he was going crazy the first half. I think he had like 12 or 13 first half. I mean, they just definitely played more team ball. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
100%.
Luke, coach of the year. Just so we get that clear.
Well, we'll talk about that later. Don't you worry, my friend.
I was like, no. Darvis is the coach of the...
Aiden Sue. No, Aiden Sue.
Kidding.
Coach of the year. Couch of the year.
Couch of the year.
Well, we will get into that in a little bit. On to game 2.
Ooh.
Speaking of coach of the years, we have 2 of the leading candidates going for the top seed in the league. 7-2 La Familia, 7-2 Makos. They meet at the pinnacle of the season. Makos on an upward trajectory, La Familia on a downward trajectory after losing a tough one to the Magicians. Makos come out on top. Very close, tight back and forth game. Fadi, as a Mako, what did you see that went right for you guys?
We were playing team ball, and this is probably like the second week I've seen us play good defense, or a decent defense at least. And that was a big thing too in the press. A lot of teams try to dribble through the press. We just decided to pass, and ended up working out for us. Mm-hmm. Shout out Santi and Braylon, man, and Mike Parker.
You got some... John Kerry played fantastic that
First
game.
of all, John Kerry, he's definitely stronger than he looks.
John's my guy. I love John
stronger
Kerry.
than he fucking
John Kerry,
looks.
thank you for your service.
No.
Love John Kerry.
Little Charles Barkley.
Little Charles Barkley. I like that. That's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. You guys were down Kyle Arts. He wasn't feeling himself. He was kind of sick. He ate some bad crab or something.
Yeah.
Or a lobster roll.
He had crabs.
He had crabs. We're not sure. But he was not feeling great. And he was able to come off the bench, give you guys some good minutes. But again, you guys played really well as far as defensively, but also being able to break the press. And then even when the game got close, you were able to, make big plays down the stretch. That was the biggest thing. You have to be able to hold on to those games and hold on to those leads, because so many times have we seen a team leading by quite a bit and then losing it in the last few minutes and then ultimately losing the game. You guys did really good controlling that game. Shout out to Luke. I think you did very good on the Luther Stromboli Couch of the Year.
That's what Darvis calls.
Darvis calls Luke.
Stromboli.
Luther Stromboli.
Oh.
It's pretty funny though, right? It's pretty good. The Strombolis, the fighting Mako Strombolis. No, you guys play great. You guys have had a hell of a season too. I mean, you've been right there the whole time, and over these past 2 weeks, you've absolutely taken the full head of steam right into the playoffs. Heated up exactly when you needed to, and congratulations. You guys won by like 8, right?
I think it was 7 or 8.
7 or 8.
Closed out strong.
Yeah.
Trey, Magician's got a 3-second segment. I'm going to go through the games fast. I want to focus this episode on the awards because the awards are dropping tonight right as soon as this episode is done.
Oh.
Voting's going to go live. So it's going to be primarily, I'm going to move us quickly through these first 4 games. We already know what happened. The awards is what we're going to focus on.
Oh, but Trey, can I say something about Trey?
Trey played phenomenal.
Trey, you babyface assassin motherfucker, just fucking hooping, shooting. I was like, God damn, who keeps leaving him open? You would just dash from corner to corner, just hands up, I'm open.
For some reason, these guys decided to switch from
We won by
man
2
to 2-3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Luke
I
just
know
said.
damn well these dudes don't know how to play 2-3 correctly, but we was in a 2-3. Got cooked even more. I think that was coming out the second half.
He hit the floaters.
It was
He hit the
ridiculous,
threes.
bro.
Shout out Trey, we love you. We will talk about it though
G-Man
some
was
more.
coming around, he was driving and do a little loop back up to the box, whatever, the corner, the top of the free throw, and just fade. Like, come on, bro.
I mean, it was him and Brandon Steed taking turns just running in circles,
Exactly.
running in loops.
Yeah.
And you guys had no answer for
And
it.
then
I
Trey
guess we
would
figured
find
it
his
out.
way into the open corner and hit the shot.
Yeah. It was wild to watch.
And then he trade wide open in the corner. I was like,
Great
2-3
game by
times,
G. Great game
Good
by
luck,
Trey.
But
But
Mitchell, I ain't seen you.
we've moved on. Makos and La Familia. To me, I think I said it last time on the podcast, it was a very close game, and I picked the Makos to win. And I said, you guys have learned from your mistakes in the first game, where you made those mistakes at the end of the game, and you guys were able to close out. And I think that was the big difference here. You guys were able to close out this game way better than you did the last time. You stayed composed at the end. You didn't let the press frustrate you guys. And you guys looked very good in the process of doing that. You're now the team to beat. Target's on your back, but you have an extra week off.
Yeah.
Kaisen, anything to add on that second game, Makos and La Familia?
Nah, yeah, they played a good game. It's a good thing they did go to zone because, Yusuf can't stay on nobody on defense. The ADHD be kicking his ass. So, yeah, so they was able to keep him level-headed and they was able to stay in the game. But La Familia was also fighting back, though. Santi and Braylon, but obviously it wasn't enough to beat the Makos. I think the Makos are coming out our conference, personally. So, I think that's the team for sure to beat. Especially whoever's coming out the East. They're going to have a hard time with the Makos.
I mean, we potentially have a rematch, though, right? La Familia has a chance to play the Makos again if they win.
They just lost to the Magicians.
Right.
And the Magicians look good.
They look great.
If we're going predictions at the end of this, which we are, I mean, that's a toss-up. That's a very hard... Now, you're going to take Coach Tone in the playoffs. Obviously, he's proven that he can will his guys to get to that spot, plus Braylon. But I'm not going to count out the Magicians. Big win over you guys with no Sterling. And Sterling was pivotal the week before against La Familia.
Dynamic player.
That La Familia team did not have a Santi. Did it?
No.
Against the Magicians? No. They didn't have Santi. So that's true. They're also we've seen La Familia kind of coast these last two games. They didn't play. I don't want to say they didn't play hard, but they didn't play that same they chaotic version of basketball that we've seen them play for the first 8 weeks.
The chemistry don't look as high as it did.
Yeah, and it could be a couple of things. I mean,
based on what I saw post game in the bathroom with a few of their players, and I'm not going to name names, but there was a lot of frustration amongst the players, with the players and with the coach. So I think that's something that they need to work through. They have this
some
extra
Woj
week
bomb
off.
right there.
Yeah, there was some tension.
Little Scalco bomb.
There was some tension as I took a urination, and it was palpable to feel the frustration after that loss. So I think that it's pent up, and they are a very good team, clearly, but they're on a downward slope. Mm-hmm. Regardless of what that looks like, even if it's just 2 games, it still hurts going into the playoffs. You want to be on an upward trajectory going into the playoffs. You don't want to be losing.
Yeah, you want that momentum. Yeah.
Game 3, the next the other winner go home game, Goblins versus the Panthers. I personally did not watch this game, haven't edited the games yet. I've been focused more so on getting the awards situated, so I'm going to let you guys take over. I'm assuming you watched. I know you probably did the scoreboard and you were doing that. So what did you guys see?
I thought it was very back. The first half was extremely back and forth. You have a Dom who's extremely hungry and started to, again, take over the role of the pinnacle of that offense. And he played well. He played well the first half. But the second half is where the Panthers kind of lost their momentum and steam. It seemed like everything started going wrong for them. But also the Goblins were able to jump on top of that. Chief played a very good game. We know he had... him and the Goblins, they were upset at each other for the previous game, the previous loss. Again, in this league, if you lose 5 in a row, it feels like you're never going to win again because it's just like every week you're losing. Imagine losing 5 weeks in a row. Like you lost every game in fucking March almost. But they had a very good game. Juan played well as well. Dre played well. Also, what I will say is...
And Dean.
Oh, man. Dean was fucking on fire. Dean was on fire. He went off, and he was just... From the get-go, he scored their first buckets. He was ready for it. That's the Dean you need to win those pivotal playoff games. He needs to be...
He hasn't been doing that consistently,
right.
And I don't see him doing it consistently.
He did that in the beginning.
The first game
against us.
He was going off.
He stepped on a thorn.
It was
the thorn. The essential oils he was passing around.
There's a lot of storylines with Dean.
I should have sniffed more of that.
Yeah. He was bringing around essential oils.
He's having everybody sniff it.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
That's why. That's why he played so good.
Yeah, some oil.
Maybe.
It's probably like eucalyptus.
He said that shit is crazy.
But the Panthers never settled into anything in the second half. Shit got chippy too.
Oh yeah, was
well, of course it's fucking Steve. Steve is Steve. You can't try to fight everybody on the team.
No such thing as a half crook, bro.
Let him know.
Yeah.
Let him know. Way to quote Mobb Deep.
That's not
Yeah.
your, that's
Great
not
song.
Your angle, bro. That's not your camera, bro.
Correct. It's not your persona. We love you, Steve, but god damn it, if you get into an argument or try to get into a fight or get a technical foul every
Try to
fucking
rip out
game,
Montel's shoulder.
try to rip and then donkey kick him. But then try to start a fight with Chief, like taking it outside and shit. Like, come on, guys, we're running the league here,
You're
not
so
you.
far,
And then
bro.
you can't cry afterwards because it's just like, what are we doing? But I love how passionate.
Big ass crying or something like that.
Oh my god.
I appreciate. Yes,
He loves
I
the game,
appreciate.
bro.
He loves the game, loves the league, and I appreciate how passionate he is. But
ass
Steve,
Lauren Dean.
you cannot keep trying to fight people every week because it's just it's played out. It's played out. It's dumb, and I think you're worried about other things besides playing good basketball.
Yeah.
At that point. Don't be the enforcer. They need you to be the rebounder, the putback guy, the screener. You could take a good pop shot, and you could be an impact on
He needs
defense.
to be that momentum guy.
Yeah, momentum guy, and that's
And
I
you get
told
those
him that
M1s.
a few weeks
Those
ago.
M1s cause more
I agree.
momentum.
I told him a few weeks ago he has a chance to be a very integral part of Eric's team of being almost like an assistant guy of helping like really like singing the tune of his coach and kind of like being that guy on the bench to help his guys, but it just never came around. But we love you. We love you, Steve. You just got to stop trying to fight people. But shout out Goblins. Great win.
Big
You
W.
needed it. You guys were on a 5-game slide, tied the longest losing streak this year. Needed that win to stay in contention, and you did. I predicted they would win. They just look like a better team headed in. Even dropping 5 games in a row, they look like the better team headed in than the Panthers. The Panthers had a lot of chemistry issues. Fritz was never able to kind of fill into his role, and then once he started, then Dom came back, and it's kind of like
And then
a weird
My
thing.
boy Gene, boy, he cooks outside.
Gene's a sniper.
And Corbin.
And
They got
Corbin,
too many
yeah.
scores.
Corbin,
And not
you
that
can
it's a
never-
bad thing.
here's the thing.
Not that it's a bad thing,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's like not enough ball in their hands. Kind
You
of
can
thing.
never have too many
Hey, yo,
scorers in a
Hey, yo, yeah, that was crazy.
Can't forget about it.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
that.
it's
Yeah.
played
Going
fantastic.
crazy. When his
Yeah,
family came over and dropped 20 points.
Oh, great.
But then you look at that team, and it's like that's
Shout out Zane.
because there's no defense in that team. Like you don't look at that team like, whoa, you don't like, feel me? Like there's no defense. Everyone is talking.
And the Goblins have a ton of size.
And Goblins got Tyreek. Boy, got Tyreek.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
Ty.
Juan is strong too.
You got the Bird,
Big
who's a
Bird.
psycho.
I guess.
Big Bird.
I'm
He was
kidding.
doing his thing, man.
No,
Stop
he's
playing
just
Big Bird.
screaming. But no, great win for the Goblins. Shout out Gobs. Sorry, Panthers, we love you. Great jerseys. Yeah, two of the top jerseys in the entire league. We don't get to see play.
Panthers and Ghost
I guess we
Riders.
will see him play in the
Who
last
Like the
one.
Reapers.
Who won that contest?
You guys, didn't you? Or the
No, it was either Familiar or
Which
Ghost
one?
Riders. I gotta look back.
I thought it was a Ghost Rider.
You
It's
guys
one of the
for Kyson or Mike?
No, jerseys.
No, say which one won? The Dogs or?
No, it was either
Oh.
the La Familia or we were a first round exit to La
Really?
Familia.
Wow.
It was either La Familia or Ghost Riders. I forget.
Two great
I'll
jerseys.
post the results.
Two great jerseys. But,
I like the Reapers.
we move on.
Fabi,
So-
what did you see?
Yeah.
Say the same thing.
Goblins and Panthers.
Okay. I had to make sure we're on the same thing. I was like, same thing. I was looking at the same thing as you. Now Goblins. Dre was hitting. Chief was doing his thing. He was moving the ball. He had Tyreek involved. Tyreek's having a great season. Tyreek, I think, had more than 10, probably at 12. On the other end, I feel like it's just trying to fit Dom back in when you had something going. It's kind of hard because Dom's very ball dominant, as he should be. I mean, he could score at will.
Ball Dom.
I like that.
All right.
I like
Continue.
that. Yeah, no. But other than that, it's just a chemistry thing on their end because they're a good team. They're deep. I mean, they got Gino could score, Steve could score.
I like
the whole
Gino a
team
lot.
could score.
I think them and you guys are the only team with no like really weak link. There's no the Panthers and the Makos,
Yeah.
and I guess Ghost Riders too.
No.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they couldn't come together. I think Dom getting hurt really fucked their
Must
whole
have,
season.
yeah.
It fucked their whole season.
Like the chemistry was going up those first 3 games, and then he leaves, and it's like, oh, we gotta look to Fritz. And now Fritz plays totally different from Dom.
He does. He
Two
does.
different games,
Fritz is less of a ball dominant guy, but he wants the ball.
Yeah,
but
he
in
wants
different
that-
situations.
He wants that quick pull up.
He wants the quick pull up. He wants to get to the hoop. And Fritz, fantastic scorer in this league. It's
yeah,
just
like-
He's just not as dominant as Dom because Dom can do it so. I'm not gonna say effortlessly because it's not effortlessly, but like he just forces the bucket, and not in a bad way. I mean that in a
way.
good way. Like, if he wants the bucket, he's going to force his body into the paint, and he's going to find his way in, and he's going to score. Fritz is more finesse. Fritz is more like, let me look like the Grinch, let me steal your presents, and then let me see what I can do and float. But, like, it's two different games. You're not going, like, Dom is a dog, he's a bull, nose to the basket type of guy. Fritz doesn't really have that same mentality.
More like a fox or something. Like, you know, feel me? Like,
Yeah.
I like that. A ferret is awesome. Well, they are slippery. They're almost like a serpent with fur.
There you go. A furpent.
A furpent.
A furpent.
Yeah. A furry. Shout out.
All right, last game of Week 10. We had the Dogs versus the Reapers. A lot of you guys, majority of the league, picked Reapers.
I picked Reapers.
Yeah.
We had 2 injuries throughout the game, to Chef, and then a minute later myself.
He pulled a Paul Pierce.
He had to shit.
No, I was in a lot of pain, but then Yusuf saved the day. So, shout out Brisk.
He did some Mr. Miyagi shit back there.
No, he tied the brace way too tight, and then my dad taped the fuck out of my ankle, and I had 0 circulation to my foot.
Oh, so it's just going numb?
It was just numb, and that's why you see me taking off the tape. I cannot feel my foot.
God damn it.
But we pulled it out. It was a tough win. Reapers are a very good team. What did you guys see?
I actually didn't watch the first half of that game. So
I did.
Go ahead, Kai. Take us over.
Man, well, the Reapers came out. They came out trying. Phil was trying to facilitate the ball early, but it wasn't really working. And I know Sway doesn't really want Phil to, facilitate as much as he does. He wants him to really go out there and get the bucket, and that wasn't happening. Nick wasn't hitting his shots like he should be.
Just start, and then he finished the game.
No, man, just from the 3-point line. He was
But he's not a 3-point shooter.
They wasn't really connected on defense for real. It doesn't look like the team was connected today. I mean, not today, but that game at all, from what I seen. And then Fonz and Nick had a little, bumping heads, and then that's not good for the team at all. It brings down chemistry. So I guess they just wasn't really 100% in it that game. And then
I can see that the energy wasn't there.
Yeah,
which is unfortunate.
No one was boxing out Montel. Like, Montel just freely just comes in and glides through like Superman. Like, I don't know. You gotta put a body on him.
And you guys have a sneaky big team. And if Phil's their biggest guy on that team, him and Josiah Shaw, and if they're not crashing the boards, well, Nick is a scary good rebounder too, and so is Sway. But you guys having Montel and Spank really gives you an edge in those big guy matchups because they're 2 freak athletes, absolute fucking freaks. Yeah. I think they made them in labs. It makes no sense. Again, I think Kyson's 100% right. We just didn't feel the energy from the Reapers, and when they would go on a run, you guys were able to kind of steady the ship, even with Chef going down, even with yourself going down, and then coming back into the game, being able to close it out. They had a chance down at the end, and I don't think this is the last we see from the Reapers, though. I think if they're matched up with the Goblins, I'd probably take the Reapers. Yeah, I'd probably take the Reapers just because of the way they have played more recently, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Good defense. Good
defense, good offense, and MVP frontrunner of Sway. Shout out Sway, we love you.
MVP for sure.
He's played so well.
Without him, the Reapers wouldn't be.
Well, especially the first 8. You think about the first 7-8 weeks with the Reapers. He was their only dude.
Scorer, yeah.
Not scorer, facilitator, rebounder.
No, Nick can pass.
I know, I understand Nick can pass, but Nick isn't. Nick is that other guy.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Sway. Yes, 100%. I think he's playing a much more natural role to himself now.
Scoring more because the offense or the defense isn't zoned in on Nick. But being able to have Phil in that lineup and then surround Sway with weapons is really amazing. And we've seen amazing numbers on amazingly efficient scoring. Yeah. So shout out the Reapers, Coach Sauce. You're a great coach. You have them coached up well. Unfortunately, the energy wasn't there in time. I think you guys started to pick it up at the end, but you need it.
It's too late.
Yeah, it's too late. It's too little, too late at that point. Mike, you were in that game. What did you see?
I think defensively we did a very good job.
Yeah.
The matchups were very good for our team. I think I put Montel on Nick. and I told him his assignment is Nick doesn't grab a board. I said keep him off the boards. I thought Nick was going to grab boards. Montel said he's not going to grab a board. Nick didn't get his first board until 3 minutes left in the game.
Damn.
Montel did his job. He held it down there. AJ and him steadied the ship. Chef went on a little bit of a run. First half, I had 8. It was really a team. Mitch had 8. Omar came in.
Mitch was balling.
He hit a cherry pick layup.
Yeah.
Everybody stepped up. Everybody played well. Ryan Berry hit some shots.
Money Mitch.
The whole team played very well together, and that was the big difference. The first time we saw the Reapers, we didn't have Montel. We didn't have Brandon Benton, and so that game got drawn out a little bit more than it did. When we have size, it's a hard matchup for them. What was hard for us was Phil and Sway. That's a very difficult way to stop both of them, and our defense had a hard time with that. We were just able to outscore them because we had more guys scoring on our team than they did.
I mean, Montel got like 100 putbacks.
Yeah, he's extremely good.
Yeah,
he's extremely
an
good.
athletic freak.
Yeah, so I mean, I like what I saw from my guys. Came at a perfect time. Pat still having a broken hand. Kenny pulled his groin. I rolled my ankle. We're all healing.
It was a groin?
Yeah, it was his groin.
He pulled his cock.
Now he pulled his groin.
Man, hands everywhere.
That's crazy.
It's a fair statement. It's a fair statement.
Crazy.
So
They're playing handsy D.
Yeah. No,
Hands on this D.
It was a very, very good game. And, we're going to move on to what we just spoke about. We're going to move on to the MVP discussion to start it off. So we're going to go into player awards, MVP, MIP, 6th man of the year, that was most improved. What do we got? Defensive player of the year,
6.
coach of the year, and then our all-stars. I believe that's it.
That's it?
We're going to start with the MVP discussion.
All right.
Here we go. So, in my opinion here, it's between 3 guys. Let me see if I can make this full screen for us. I forget how to do it. They can see this.
Okay.
I forget how to make this full screen for us to see. Well, we have Sway, we have Bray, and we have Yusuf, in my opinion. I'll go through the numbers out loud so that you guys can hear it as well. Host Sway with 24.4 points per game. 3 points. Yeah, that's fair. You guys look over there. We'll look over here. So as we're seeing here, Sway, 24.4 points per game, 3.6 assists per game, 7.2 rebounds per game, shooting 66.2%, 33.3 from the 3, 27 fouls, 32 turnovers, 12 steals. Well, you say that it's not very close, right? But if you go down the list, points per game, yes. But then Yusuf has him beat with assists.
By 5?
Yep.
By half an assist?
But played one less game.
Okay.
So he still had more assists than him and played one less game. You go rebounding. He's got everybody beat. Field goal percentage has everybody beat. 3-point percentage. Yusuf has him beat. Yusuf has Braylon beat. Free throw percentage, Braylon's winning that. The number that sticks out to me is 32 steals from Yusuf. 9 blocks from Braylon. Those are the things that I'm seeing. And then Braylon, 13 turnovers compared to 32 from Sway, 29 from Yusuf. I'm not saying that Sway doesn't have this. I'm just saying it is closer than I thought it was when I pulled up the numbers. I think the other two are in the discussion. That's why they're in the voting as well. I think they've had really good seasons. And Yusuf has led the number 1 team. Braylon has done it without his number 2 guy on multiple occasions now. He's pulled out W's. So I think it's tighter than we think. But if we go around the table, I don't think I even have to ask. We all say Sway.
Yeah.
No one's been asked to do more than Sway.
Yep.
Nobody,
100%.
especially weeks.
And then
weeks
do it
1 through.
as efficiently.
No, yeah. No one's had to do as much as Sway as well as do it as efficiently. I understand Yusuf. I didn't realize he had 32 steals this season. That's fantastic.
Compared
Shout
to
out
12
Yusuf.
by Sway.
That's amazing. That's
a-
like fucking, what is that? 9 games? That's like,
Just under 4 a game.
yeah, that's under 4 a game.
Yeah.
He does do the Yusuf stuff.
Yes. He's not playing good defense.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
get that
He
correct.
does the Yusuf stuff, but it's an amazing thing. And Braylon with a ton of blocks. Again, I will say, as far as Sway leading them in turnovers, he was their offensive fulcrum.
Oh, yeah, he was forced
where
to do that.
he was
Yes.
forced to do that. Again, Braylon does play with Mike Parker, who's your primary point guard, John Kerry, Santi,
Yeah.
and
Tone,
Braylon
shoot,
and Tone.
hits.
Well, yeah, exactly. But I'm talking about like primary ball handler. I'm not saying Braylon can't do that. He 100% can do that, but he didn't need to this season. As well as Yusuf. Yusuf was able to be that primary guy with 1v1. They've been able to coexist a little better down the stretch of this season. But again, keeping him locked in. I think if he was locked in for 40 minutes straight every week, he'd have a better opportunity at this. I remember a few weeks ago, he was like, it was like 2 minutes in the game. I want to go to Equinox. He's Florida. I was dying, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to take away from his MVP resume, but I just think if you switch Yusuf and Sway, I don't think that can be. That's the thing, because Sway is also probably picking up the best offensive player on that team as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that's what I was going to say.
And he's always picking up the best offensive player on the other team as well.
Well, Sway has a lot of help defensively.
Well,
If you
yes,
look at
that's
that,
a defensive
They have
first
a
team.
way better defensive team
Right.
than the Makers.
No, but on offense, like, for example, we didn't have Yusuf one game. We still won.
Yes.
If
If they didn't have Sway, they would not win.
They would not win. And
But in all fairness, you didn't have Yusuf against us, who didn't have Chef and Spank.
no,
We didn't have Chef and Montel, excuse me.
but also, like, Sway is getting, for at least for the first, before the field trade, he's getting double and triple teamed. So for him to still put up those numbers efficiently,
Sometimes quadruple team.
that efficient
nuts.
is insane.
And how many free throws he had? I know he was.
He's drawing the fouls.
He probably leads the league in free throws. He has 80 free throw attempts.
He's just such a more efficient.
How many has he?
And he's so
56, 70,
he's so
70%.
smooth. The things he's able to
70%.
convert, the things he's able to convert at the rim, stepping through it's amazing.
Yeah, Yusuf is
And Yusuf does the same stuff.
He's
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
automatic at the free
And so
throw.
does Braylon. I mean, Braylon is maybe
They're
the
all
most
great,
unguardable player in the league. He could just levitate and fucking score from anywhere.
It just comes to
But it just
teams.
it came down to the assignment.
cast.
The assignment. And
expected of the player.
I don't think anybody.
It's similar to Dom in season 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was asked to really carry that team, brought him to a championship.
He didn't get MVP that year, did
He did.
He did.
Averaged 40 a game.
It was nuts, dude.
I mean,
it was
like,
nuts. He
he
scored
did a
50,
lot.
right?
He's 49. That's the
49.
league high is 49. That's from Dom season 2. He also has second and third place because he has 46 and 45. So
Phil had
Phil
43
44
or 44.
Yeah. So Dom's got a
That's
record
so
that'll
funny.
probably be standing for a while.
Oh, what did Sway go for?
40
40
in season
That's
3.
another
I
thing.
remember
Man.
that.
Shout out Sway, man. He's a father, stays at home, comes and plays once every
You said
Sunday.
it. Maybe we're doing it wrong.
Yep.
Maybe
I
we
gotta
should
stop
play
playing
more.
ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out Sway, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Sway.
All right. What do we want to get into next?
Go for it.
MIP.
MIP?
Ooh.
Okay, MIP, we're going to get into. We have. So I put season 4 stats compared to season 5 stats so you guys can see the comparison. I have 7 names that I have on this list. Ish is at the top here. Then Nick Aracena, Phil, Alfonso, Ryan, Axel, and QDZ. If I was being honest, I left somebody off this list that would definitely have got it, but I feel like he's already going to win an award. Sway, hands down, is the MIP. It's not even close. If you look at his last season numbers compared to this season numbers,
He was sharing the court with Dom.
Dom, myself, all
And me.
average-
And Mike
Ryan,
Anderson.
And me.
No.
No, but I shot like him.
I averaged 11.3. He averaged 11.8. Dom averaged 18. Ryan had almost 8 a game, and Brandon Benton had almost 8 a game. Plus Parkerson shots. Mitch, he was asked to do a different role on that team.
Fuck, you had a good
was
season
defensive.
last season too,
He
really.
won defense. Nah.
No, that was 2 seasons ago. Yeah. But Sway was phenomenal last year, but he was even better this year. But if we look at this list here, any one of these guys to me could get it. I already voted. I'm not going to disclose who I voted for, but I think if any of these guys win, I'm happy for him. What do you guys see based on these numbers? Who would you pick?
Did Phil change his name? Caldwell to Wells? Or
I think he just goes by Wells, but it's actually Caldwell.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't have his birth certificate.
It's tough because we're looking at all these numbers, and everybody's so close. There's not like such an incremental leap.
No, the only one would be
Sway,
Yes.
and Sway would run away with it, but I'm sure he's going to get something else. I think you look at Ish's efficiency,
Yeah, but
his
then you
jump,
look at Nick's
and then the Nick's efficiency as well. That's tough. This
It's
is a very
tough.
close.
It's a very close race.
This is very, very close.
Ryan's
thing is,
done better. I mean, you got Axel.
What team did Ish play for last season?
He played for the Reapers.
Yeah, it was with me.
He started?
Yeah.
He would have had to, right?
Yeah.
He started, right?
I don't know.
Me, him.
Oh, but there's also only 6 games. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, that's the difference too. There's
6
4 other games now make things very different. In the comments, guys, who is your MIP pick? Out of these stats, what you're seeing on the screen, I'm going to leave it on the screen for a little bit longer for you guys to look at. Who do you think the MIP is based off of these numbers? Do you guys have a vote?
I'll go with Ish.
You going with Ish?
Yeah, for sure.
You're gonna go Ish.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's a toss-up between either Ish or Q.
Yeah, Q has played fantastic. I'm gonna have to marinate with these numbers a little more because this is the first time I'm seeing them.
Yeah,
This is the hardest one.
Oh, I'm
My
sure, and it's
opinion.
probably the most people.
Yes.
Because
it's the most people.
Ryan had a great season too.
Once again, asked to do more.
Yeah, asked
a
to do
very
more.
different role.
I don't know if you look at Fonzo though. Where he was shooting.
Fonzo played way better
Way
this
better,
too.
too.
He was shooting 12%.
Yeah.
Is that right?
No, he was shooting 41% here.
Oh.
And then 50% from 3, but he shot way more threes and shot 45%, which is very good. His free throw percentage is horrible, but his steals went up. Turnovers and fouls, you
It's
can't
so
really put
hard.
into perspective
Yeah.
because they played 4 more games. It's hard, man. Any one of these guys could win it, and I'd be happy for them. So we'll move on. Let's see what the comments are saying. We got Fonz, Q-Tip. We got Ish. Yeah, it's hard with such a big gap of games. Ish has been more confident at the rim. There hasn't been many people in here saying what they're thinking for MIP. I guess the voting will tell us what we're thinking. Q or Ish for Brisky.
Yeah, same for me. Q or Ish.
All right,
That's fair.
that's
That's
gonna
fair.
It's going to be very tough. We're going to move on to the Mike Mitchell Award here.
Oh, the Mike Mitchell
the
six man.
Sixth man of the year. Right now we have 4 candidates. We have Brandon Seed of the Magicians. We have DeAndre of the Goblins. Santi of La Familia.
That's tough.
And the Makos, we have Quentin.
Yeah, that's tough as hell.
It's very tough.
Because Drake come out. Smack.
Dre-
Drake could fucking shoot.
Dre is impactful on that team, unlike Santi is. He's a very, very good player, Santi, and his offense is extremely good, but they have
Minus
Mike
stats, I
Parker
think I
and they
guess
have
Santi.
John Kerry along with Braylon.
That's true.
Dre is the number 2 scorer on that team, and it's
Yeah.
him and Juan that have willed that team really a long way into this playoff spot. Dre has
When he
picked it
comes
up a
off
lot.
the bench, he brings up
Dre's
a whole-
also
he
shooting
brings a whole
above
momentum.
50%
Yeah.
from deep.
So,
That's nuts.
51.
51% from
Yeah,
deep.
Dre's shooting 51.2% from 3.
95% from the free throw line. Holy shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
'cause
impressive.
about right.
And Dre's 88.5. Those are
88,
probably the
17
2
steals.
highest shooting
Yeah.
percentages in the league from free throw line.
Very-
88.5 and 95.8.
14.
If I'm just looking at these numbers
Santi with
right
4
here,
blocks too.
these
Wow.
these
And
two.
Santi
Sorry,
just
Bob.
Steve got
If I can
one-
No, no,
look.
go ahead, go ahead.
The Goblins?
Yeah,
Yeah,
DeAndre.
he came up against them
Dre.
for the Magicians too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Steed. Yeah, the Steedery.
Steve played good, too.
Steed
I
had.
think there's a gap there.
Yeah, I think
there's a gap.
it's DeAndre and Santi, gap Steed, gap Q, and that's not to hold it. I think Q has had a fantastic season.
Yep.
I think Steed has had a fantastic season, impacting both the Goblins as well as the Magicians. But if you come down to it, I think Santi and DeAndre are your front runners for 6 man. I think it's going to come down to votes on this one again. Looking at the numbers, Santi obviously averages more points. What I didn't realize is DeAndre shooting 51% from the three.
Yeah.
I would think Santi's would be higher just because every time I turn around,
shoots more.
well, yeah, but every time I turn around, Santi makes a shot. It's actually
Santi
amazing.
played 2 less games and took 10 more shots, which is wild. That's
I didn't
wild.
even realize Santi
He's
only
a
played
shooter.
8 games though. Wow.
So I think this one's going to be a toss-up.
From
Again.
the comments, they're saying Santi.
Well, yeah,
I see
but
the
if you look
Santi,
at numbers,
you look at the 19, and I think that's the number that's really standing out. The 19 points per game.
which is huge on the
Dre's
bench.
impact on that team. The thing is, the 19 points per game, you have to take into perspective of La Familia.
Yeah.
They're playing a fast-paced game that is high scoring.
Yeah.
The Goblins were very low scoring a lot of those games, and Dre was half of their points.
Yeah.
He's kept them in games, so it's it's a toss-up. That's a very, very
the
tough
last
one.
game?
I just think people sleep on Dre, and they tend to try to play Santi more
You
aggressive.
have to because
Yeah.
Santi does not miss. If he has an open three, he doesn't
He's gonna
miss.
make it. It's
Yeah,
like a
that's the
fucking
thing.
layup.
So
Santi has 2 less games.
It's
but still
actually
has the
nuts.
most
It feels like a
points
fucking
scored.
layup for him.
You
Yeah.
can't leave him open. Honestly, you really can't leave anybody open in this league because everybody apparently can shoot.
Yeah.
Not shoot. You're not supposed to shoot.
Yep. Yeah, you never know. You never know who's going to hit a shot.
And if Andre Berg hits a shot, you know he's getting subbed
I think
out.
Dre wasn't it last game with like 5 for 6.
Oh my god, he was
4 for 5 or
fucking
something.
Yeah.
going off.
Gene, Santi played 2 less games and still got more points, but he also took more shots.
That's true.
So you have to look at the perspective of things is who's taking more shots. Familia in general took more shots in their games than the Goblins.
And it could be garbage time buckets. So
Yeah, there's a whole lot of things that come into perspective. But both of them extremely talented, and either one of them deserves it.
You know, a name missing from this is the man who's the award named after.
Mike Mitchell.
The Mike Mitch.
you started.
Did he start too much?
I don't even know if he did. It's just looking at the numbers, he wasn't in that conversation.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
fair.
Mike Mitchell, but
I love
he,
him too.
Game winner.
yeah, listen, hell of a
Clutch?
season for
Yeah.
Mike. Hell of a no, not taking anything away from him.
2 game winners.
It's a matter of
one game,
Game
time
tire,
bucket,
then
yeah,
game winner.
game winner.
yeah, it's a matter of there's levels to it. Santi and Dre, to me, are the 2 clear front runners.
I
there.
agree.
We're gonna go to the next conversation, which this one's another tight race. This is Rookie of the Year.
Oh yeah.
Oh, fuckers.
This one's a tough one. You have Chef.
I
Chef
forgot about Chef.
Chef played very well for us. Now, the thing with the Magicians and the Dogs is we are missing one of the games because the first win from us versus the Magicians, we lost that footage. So we don't have those stats.
Oh.
So Chef has 8 games played. He actually played 9. And in that Magicians game, he had about 20 points. Montel had his best game in that game, and we don't have those numbers. So it does hurt our stats, and it does hurt the Magician stats, unfortunately, for both of us. So take that with a grain of salt. Chef is at the top of that list there. The next on that list is Trayvon, another guy that had a great season. Juan with the Goblins. He had an up and down season. I love Juan. He just had some moments where he wasn't as consistently at the top. Dre, as we just had a discussion about, high impact player first season.
Yeah.
Mike Parker, phenomenal guy, probably going to win DPOY. Personally, for
32
me,
steals.
I don't like.
Oh, 41 steals for Mike. Oh my God, 32
Yeah,
for John
41
Kerry.
steals. Exactly. Personally, for me, I
That's
don't like
fucking
double
nuts.
That's
dipping.
crazy.
I like everybody. I want different people to win awards, so Mike Parker's not going to have my vote for 2 things, and he's going to have my vote for something else. Last on that list, John Kerry. Now, the numbers that we just spoke about, 41 and 32, we'll get to in the next one as well with the DPOY. But John Kerry's 32 with only 14 turnovers really stands out for me. I think John Kerry is phenomenal.
He's a man.
He is phenomenal. He's been their only paint presence at 5'10". For a team that's as good as they are, he is their main rebounder. He's down low. He's causing a lot of havoc on both ends of the court.
Wow, he did grab a lot of rebounds.
Yeah,
No,
this
he
one's
was down
tough.
there, dropping
It's
double.
tough, man.
But then you look at, if we're going just based off stats, I mean, Trayvon is averaging 20 and a half and 7.5.
Yeah.
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 And he's a fantastic player. He did it efficiently as well. Missed 2 games, but
How many
played
games
very
after this
well.
and I could do one?
I think
4.
we
So you have to
make
play. Yeah, you have to play
60%.
6 or more.
Yeah.
Over half the season.
Of course, Chef played fantastic this season. He had a huge load to carry as well, with the Dogs not playing up to par for the first half of the season.
It's tough, man.
It's very difficult.
This is a hard one.
I think, again, but not to overshadow Mike's season that he had. Mike is a fantastic young player. I can't sing my praises enough. I told you in the fucking tryout, I was like, this kid is special. This kid is a fantastic electric guard, shifty, smart, defensively tenacious. So that can't be taken away from him. I think he's going to win Defensive Player of the Year. But I think Trayvon will probably have my vote on this because history has shown that the Rookie of the Year is usually a statistics award in most leagues. I'm paralleling the NBA. But if you average 20.5 and 7.5, and 2 of those games you didn't play with your second best player in Vaughn, because I remember Vaughn missed extended games.
He missed 3.
Or 3, yeah.
Counting the last
And then doing it efficiently as well. It's really impressive.
Yeah, he had a
That's
great
me.
season.
Yeah.
He had a very good season.
Yeah, I think I'm having to go Trayvon as well.
It's hard, man. It's hard. Tyson, do you have a pick
What
for a rookie?
for rookie? That's tough. Cause I like my dog Chef.
The chef is nice. Chef is
That
shifty.
boy come and cook, but Javon was hooping too though. It's tough. It's gonna have to be like a heat of a moment type of thing.
It's
And I got
hard
the picks
because
in my face.
you look at those two, and yes, Trayvon had more, but Chef had more guys around him that were taking high volume shots.
Yeah,
Myself,
yeah.
AJ, and Montel when he got
Yeah.
there, we took a lot of shots
Yeah.
from Chef. Trayvon was pretty much green light wherever you want to go, you can go.
But-
You can shoot the ball. He did it efficiently.
Well, not when Vaughn had the ball.
No, but even with Vaughn though, they still spread the shots, and it was primarily those two. Their third option, Ryan, barely touched the ball.
That's true.
If you really look at it like that, Chef was splitting shots, especially in the second half of the season when I started hitting. I was taking more shots. AJ every game was probably leading our team in shots, and Chef was still up there, efficient. Yeah, like shooting
efficient.
almost 45% from three,
You got it.
50% from the
He
field.
wasn't only playing offense.
He was playing defense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he was the primary ball handler
Yeah,
for you guys.
he was top 5 in the league in steals. I mean, I'm gonna advocate for Chef. That's my guy. And I
He's
think
all of our. We love Chef.
I
You ever
think
had a conversation?
Chef-
Chef's the
yeah,
man.
Chef-
the
Yeah.
consistency
I love Chef.
of Chef showing up, being a leader on that team. My vote would go with Chef, but that's my teammate.
And that's why everybody votes. And then if you try to sign up with multiple emails, we're not going to allow that. That was a banned up Vaughn last season.
Yeah, so only
That shit was
players
so funny.
only players can vote this season.
Only
no outside
players.
voters.
No outside.
There's going to be you have to put your name at the top of the ballot now. It's a required field. If you put a fake name or if we have multiple names, I'm going to just delete that and it's not going to count towards the voting.
I can't wait to see J-Ball's ballot.
He cannot vote.
Why?
Only
He
current
played some
players
singing.
can vote.
He's
The only-
current.
No, he didn't. He played 3.
Oh,
Yeah, he quit after 3. Neither can Jaquan. Only current players can vote.
Damn it.
The
Wanted the
only
J-ball.
exceptions to that rule
Me too.
are the 3 people that were there each week that helped and were, I know, very valuable. Not that other people aren't valuable or didn't help, but Parker, Josh, and Ash. Those are the only 3 outside votes, and I'm on none of the ballots.
Where'd you go? She was every week.
She didn't help. She helped film a couple of times here and there. So did my brother Chris. So did my family. But in order to alleviate families, and then people are like, well, what about my family? My family was there watching games. Then it's a slippery slope. Then you have 15 emails being made. So it's just going to be the commission, the people that I would bring in to vote on things, to speak about things. That's who I'm going to have vote, and then the players. I feel like it's fair. Not even Brandon Ash, who is the commissioner, will have the privilege of voting because he didn't show up to any
this is
games.
Brandon
That's true.
Ash.
That's true.
He didn't show up to any games. I want people there
Darvis.
that actually know. Darvis probably could vote, but he's not allowed to vote. So it's the people that are essential to the league, the players primarily.
I wonder if anybody watched his talking about Selly Nation League.
I don't know.
I was there.
Yeah,
You watched it?
I was in there.
Was it funny?
It was funny because Batman said, "So this is what I paid for." Remember?
Yeah, Batman.
He said-
No, that's a different one. They're talking about a different one.
Oh,
They're talking
fuck.
about one that happened a couple weeks ago. Apparently, he posted in another group that he was going live after Sunday to speak about Selling Nation conspiracies.
Wow.
Oh, the script.
Yeah, the script. The script is
And
in.
do you like the script?
Man, fuck that.
Well, no, he's out. He's out. He got traded.
Do you like
we
the
made
script?
the playoffs.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's because Fadi came and sat next to me during the scoreboard.
Oh god! All right, we're gonna move
Oh
on.
yeah. Parker boosted me up.
We're gonna move on. We're gonna go to DPOY.
Mike Parker.
DPOY. Do we
Parker.
don't really need to have this conversation?
DPO Mike Parker.
It's Mike Parker. I think
He had a 9
makes-
steal game.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's got
Please,
41
on
steals.
this.
I but used to be at 32 steals.
You can't put someone there just because they get steals.
I had to fill the ballot up with 3 options. It looks better than 2, and
Who would you pick? All right, Kaisen, if Yusuf wasn't there, who's your other?
Shit.
Nick or Sway.
no, Sway had 12 steals.
Nick, but playing good defense though.
But it doesn't. Statistics is what
Yeah.
drives the voting. Unfortunately, not enough guys watch everything
It's crazy you have 2 DPOYs
from the same team.
from the same team starting on your team.
Yes.
You're just a defensive juggernaut led by.
It's just the way that they're running their defense.
Yeah, it's smart and they're
fast-paced,
tenacious young guys.
causing a lot of turnovers. I don't think John Kerry's young. He's already served time in the military.
He has served. Thank you for your service, John.
Thank you, John.
He hasn't. He did AI.
He did an AI photo, and I said thank you for your service.
Oh my God, Parker's got it on.
It's one of my favorite
Take
things.
offense to that. The real people in the military.
That's what I'm saying.
Kaiser was in the military.
That's what I'm saying.
Hell no.
Stolen valor.
Oh God. All right. So, do we all agree, Mike Parker? Before we.
Mike Parker.
For sure. Mike Parker.
Okay.
I'm trying to think, like, is there any bigs playing defense? Like, who?
No, we don't really have any bigs. If you look at the bigs, Tyreek,
Bring Fitz back.
Benton.
Big
Who else is
Fitz
big?
back.
Chan?
I love Fitz,
Big
bro.
Fitz, probably Big Fitz.
Oh, Fitz. He didn't enjoy playing with the Magos last
Oh
season.
yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. That's crazy.
John Kerry.
Thank you for your service,
Gotta love
John.
him. All right, we're gonna go to the last discussion of this. This is a tough one. I put together a list of statistically one of the top 19 guys. I know it's a weird number, but that's what we have here. Dom Johnson's left off this list because he only played 5 games. This is going to be your
Need
all-star
to play
list.
6.
Your all-star list. These are your top 19 players. To me, there's nobody that I left off this list that is deserving of an all-star vote. I'm not on this list either. That's how you know that I'm not being biased about this. You had to average at least double digits.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a fair way to start this. You have to do it efficiently, and you have to make an impact on both sides of the ball in order to be an
You
all-star.
gotta be the best player on your team.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the way that it is, with only 12 spots available, and there are 8 teams, yeah, best player, some teams 2,
Sweet.
La Familia, there could be 4.
We're doing 10 spots.
12.
12.
12
Okay,
total.
perfect.
There could be teams with none, and there could be teams with multiple. Well, there will be teams with
Y'all gonna face
multiple.
the GM5 league?
Oh, yeah. It's
No,
We have-
maybe after next season we'll do that again.
So
but
is Vaughn still in this?
Vaughn, yeah, he played 7 games.
Oh, I just know. Like if you guys
Yeah.
are doing a game this year. I
No,
guess-
we're not doing it.
Oh, okay,
we're not
okay.
doing it because we're going right into the next season, which I'll hopefully announce next week.
Ooh, another spoiler. Way to go, Foddy.
Sorry.
Luke, we'll talk Coach of the Year after this. Sorry, I forgot about Coach of the Year.
I did it.
Anybody on that list that sticks out to you? If you had to pick 12, we'll go through. We have time. It's only been 51 minutes.
Yeah.
Only.
Through. It's a short episode.
I think there are obvious guys. I mean, you talk about the 3 guys for MVP: Sway, Bray, and Yusuf. All
Okay.
right, that's
We
a
got
quarter
3.
of your
I
team.
got 1v1.
Yep.
Okay, 1v1.
1.
Okay, we got 5.
Wait.
Okay, I'd take.
Definitely. Yeah.
Phil?
I'd take Trayvon.
See, y'all.
Trey.
Y'all been
I'd
Oh,
take.
Phil?
I'd take Phil.
Phil.
We got 7. That's
Yeah, that's 7 right
I
there.
see, I take Chef.
Hold on, y'all don't got Jerry?
I'd take
Y'all don't pick
Vaughn.
Jerry?
If you're going between Chef and Jerry,
Yeah, because we gotta
I'm
go.
gonna pick
We're going by
Chef.
positions, right?
you know it's
No,
not.
it doesn't.
No, it's just all.
That's just all. Santi on here? Oh, well, we need Santi in there. Did I say
Need
Santi?
Santi.
So we got Santi now, so that's 8.
You like that fight?
Yeah, let's just do it. All right, let's go down the list.
The sneaker diarrhea is calling in.
Let's go down
We
the
gotta-
list. 'Cause y'all just messing up. Just go down the list.
All
fine.
right, so here again. I'm gonna start Sway.
Yeah, Sway.
I'm gonna start Phil.
Phil.
Okay.
Okay.
It's hard not to put AJ.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
That gives us 3.
hard to put it in the washing machine.
And then I'll wait a second, and then I'll give Vaughn because Vaun.
Right?
I would,
He
but
has
give
to-
me
yeah,
a second.
Yeah, he wants to see
Ready?
what the numbers
Because I
are.
want to look at the numbers. So Vaughn was averaging 21.
Yeah.
Gotta have him.
Trey's got to be in there.
Trey's got to be in there.
That gives us 5.
25. And then give me a second. And then I would go
Braylon.
Bray,
So
Okay.
we're at 6,
Okay.
Santi,
Okay.
7,
Yusuf,
Okay.
8.
and then you could fill in the next 4
Go
because,
back.
and then I'll go back up and I'll probably take. I'd probably take 1v1.
Okay.
9. You have 3 spots
Uh-huh.
remaining.
I'm going Juan.
You're going Juan. Hard not to pick him.
Yeah.
So that's 10.
That's 10.
So we got 2 more again.
I'm going
It's
with
like
And then the last 2 spots again, this is where it gets hairy because you have Kenny, you have Gary,
yeah.
you have
Mike Parker.
Mike Parker, you have John Kerry, you have
Well, Sal's
DeAndre,
playing
you
good,
have
yeah.
Corbin,
Yeah.
you have Fritz. I think that's a solid 10. I think those guys are
that's for
are
sure
very
split
solid.
time.
That's
Yeah,
that's
that's
that's my
what-
10 if I'm going to pick 10, and then the other 2 will be based on the last votes. But
Chef and Jerry.
no
That's fair.
no J-Ball.
and honorary mention J-Ball.
Oh, the Scorpions should do the Scorpions logo should be Kyle King doing the Scorpion kick.
That's crazy.
You're wild.
Yeah, my last
I got
Jeff and Jerry.
Who would be the
Nick
last two?
Aracena, the Sneaker Diary captain next year.
Oh. Not the captain this year.
Why not?
Sorry, taken, but you got it.
We're not expanding?
Not the next season.
Not next season?
Not the next season.
All right, Nick, not this season.
Sorry, Nick.
Who's
I
your
tried.
final 2 All-Star picks?
Oh, I got Chef and I think Mike Parker. I got Chef and Mike Parker.
Or not to pick. Yeah, I'm gonna let that digest with me. I'll know when the time is right. That's just me. Again, it's a toss-up. I mean, we have 2. Can I tell you? To have 19 players in this league that we have to. Again, people have been left off because Dom would have probably been a surefire All-Star. J-Ball too. But to have people left off, as far as like, we have so much talent in this league now. You look at the All-Stars back in like. I got All-Star votes in season 1. Probably shouldn't happen.
Come a long way.
We've come a long way. That's when everyone needed 2 representatives from each team.
Yes.
But I think it's great as a league, and congratulations to you guys even being on this list. We love you.
Yeah. Top 25, honestly. If I expanded it to 25, those top 25 all in some way, shape, or form are deserved of the All-Star. I just wanted to really solidify a top group of guys. And you can vote off that list. I didn't just put those guys. I put everybody on there.
So it could be anybody.
It could be anybody. I didn't just make that list. That list is
All right,
fully...
I'm voting
Fan
Kaiser.
favorites.
Yeah, fan favorite, whatever
Vote
you're going to
Fadi.
do.
Just one fan
Let me out of there.
I want it. He's
We're-
my All-Star
we're gonna
next to me
go-
all season.
We're going to go Coach of the Year.
Cody.
Coach of the Year. Mrs.
favorite.
Luke wanted us to bring it up. I think Luke wants the award.
He deserves it, man.
Go ahead, Fadi.
Let's hear
Shout out
it,
Luke,
Jason.
man. Kept Yusuf level-headed.
Very
Kept everyone-
difficult.
Yeah, very difficult. Kept
We
everyone
were nervous
engaged.
when he drafted him. We were like, fuck.
Kept everyone engaged, and I, honestly, it was a toss-up between obviously Luke and Tone in that last game. You know, it was just really about we have the best record. So
A lot of the
Shout out
times, again, just like Rookie of the Year statistically and Defensive Player of the Year statistically, Coach of the Year is looked at as a win. You got to win the most. But also, if you look at the advancement the Makos have made from last season to this season, they win-wise,
Who they have in the team last season?
they had Notch and Fritz and Fritz,
Oh, yeah.
they had a
Smooth.
good team last year.
Band Up Vaughn, most All-Star votes in the
Fonz-
history.
They had Fonz.
Yes,
He
he
was.
was supposed to be a Ghost Rider.
Dead
But then he
Fonz, right?
Dead
retired.
Fonz. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That was a fun team. But I think win percentage-wise, this team is much greater.
Way more efficient.
Way more efficient. And shout out, I think it's Luke. I think that last game it was going to be our tell of just, hey, who's able to coach their way. Again, I think Tone, X's and O's guy, sets a culture for his guys, does it for a living, is a fantastic coach, and everyone would be lucky to have him
Dre
as a
said
coach.
Fadi ain't complained once on this team
It's true.
because
No,
we played
for
with a
sure.
brain.
We play with the brain.
Shout out Dame, man.
I give it to Luke.
I
Luther
definitely-
Strumbull.
After from what I seen last week, because Tone was he upset. He's like, after I hit my first 3, he ain't looking for me, and then I guess if you're not, I don't know how to explain it.
Nah,
If you're
Coach
coach-
Tone, bro. I still rock with you, man.
We love you, Coach Tone. We always love you, Coach Tone. It's just like a thing. You can't win Coach of the Year every year.
Did he win last year
No, but
or the year before?
he's always in the
He's
conversation.
always in the running. Playoff Tone is different.
Yeah, playoff Tone is different. But
I'm sorry if you run into us, Tone.
oh, got him.
I mean,
Fadi's calling a shot.
You have no choice.
Shout out. What? Who?
You have to run into you.
Not if the magicians beat him.
It's true.
Man, that's a possibility. I mean, it is a possibility. Them boys been playing different now.
Yeah, because it's them, and then right away it's us for the final.
I think
semifinal.
I think Luther has really connected with his guys. I think they have a team that plays for everybody. He's got a lot of help, but when it comes down to win totals and him going from the team he had last season to this team now, good for you, Luther. You did great.
That team does have a lot of basketball IQ. Like that's
No, nobody's doubting that basketball IQ.
Getting Yusuf to sit
I'm
down
just
on the
saying, like,
bench
they're all
is
smart
a
basketball
challenge in itself. So shout out Luke
Shout out Luther.
for keeping Yusuf level-headed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So Luke.
Yeah, I think so.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I already put my vote.
Who'd you vote for?
Luke.
Cannot say. Could have voted for myself. I'm on the ballot. Just saying. Just saying.
He did come back. He did
0 and
come back.
5 in a row.
Script
Number
couldn't
one
have written
seed.
itself better.
What about 4 and 0?
Well, we have the
1
longest-
5, then 1.
We have the longest win
Dean.
streak too.
I did
6
not.
games.
I did not vote myself for anything. I didn't think I deserved anything. That's just being honest. I think the voting should be honest. I don't like how the voting was done last season with Bandit Bomb making all those emails.
I also voted Kyson for.
I want you. Yeah, you did, but that's okay. If you feel that way,
I love that.
Feel that way.
That's.
I want people to
good
vote
boys.
right. I feel like I was shorted out of a lot of votes last season for one of the things, and I had the best record last season. I wasn't coach of the year. Season before,
You didn't win.
Yeah.
Who won last year?
Ant. Well, he did a very good job, and I voted for Ant.
For coach?
I voted for Ant for
Forgot
coach
about it.
because he turned his season around, similar to Luke. Season before, I almost tied Tone in coach of the year once again, dominant. So like, the voting it has to be honest, and so I pride myself on that. And I don't deserve coach of the year. I don't deserve to be an all-star, so I'm not voting for myself. Luke is who has my vote.
Mhm.
I think that he did a phenomenal job. Coach Tone did a great job, and to me, it came down to that last head-to-head matchup. It mattered for the 1 seed, and Luke kept a level head. Tone erupted on his guys multiple times. You saw the outlashes. I was just editing the game earlier. Coach Tone is absolutely throwing a tantrum in the corner when he didn't get the ball one time, and then Mike Parker hit the 3. Those are the things that you don't need to be doing as the coach, especially when you have the best team in the league at that time. You stay level-headed, you stay composed, and your team will continue to fight for you. But as we said, Tone can turn that around in the playoffs. Tone is a very dangerous guy that none of us want to see in the playoffs. So I have all the faith in the world with Tone, but as far as my vote, I had to go with Luke.
Also, just great drafting from Luke too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Overall, well, he took a big risk, and that risk paid off with Yusuf.
Yeah.
Truthfully,
I mean, you took that risk and went out well. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it happens.
is it a risk anymore?
It is because you don't know what Yusuf you're getting. When we had him season
tried
3,
Yusuf.
I had to put him on the bench for half of the finals, and that killed us. You know, like those things. It's a wild card. It's happening to pay off, but will it pay off through the playoffs? That's what really matters. We're gonna get into our final of the season, your favorite segment, the Parker Power Rankings,
Yes.
and he's gonna do it how he did it
I
last
didn't do
week.
it last season, like I did, or last game,
week.
last week that I did.
Right,
I'm gonna fuck with the jerseys and
Yeah,
get
if you want
everybody
to move
like
over
that.
there.
Move over there, Kais. All right. Tell me when everybody's ready.
Parker, you are ready to go.
All right, you sick bastards. It's a little different because we're playoff time now. We're looking at the playoff matchups, and Kyson, you could just hold these.
Yes, sir, master.
That's crazy.
Just those. No, give me the goblins.
Oh, yeah, what you doing, man?
Yeah, he's just taking them off because they're dead to us.
They're dead now.
Oh, okay.
You're dead. I told you guys if you lost that game, you die. Sorry,
You're
Kyson.
banished.
You're banished to the Shadow Realm. You're banished. Like Yu-Gi-Oh. You know?
The Netherlands.
Yep, the Netherlands. You're going right to the Netherlands.
That's crazy.
Taking a piss.
Mike's gonna go take a
Red
piss.
Bull?
No, he's gonna
Throw
piss.
that out.
He's gonna piss in the Red Bull can.
Yep.
All right. So now we look at this as 6 teams essentially because Ghost Riders and Panthers are out, so they would be the last 2. So let's look at it as a bottom 3 and a top 3. Rounding out my bottom 3, or starting my bottom 3. The Gobs. Gobs, you were 8. You were falling apart. You lost 5 in a row, and god damn it, you did it. You pulled it out against the goddamn
Did it,
Panthers.
Steve?
You did, no.
Wait, what? Nah, this is like a saying. It's from a movie.
Oh, you did it, Steve, not Steve the Kid.
Nah, fuck Steve the Kid.
He's dead.
You did it, Dean.
You did it, Dean.
You did great. Shout out Goblins. We love you. We're excited to watch your matchup against who do they play?
They played the Panthers.
The Reaps. No, they play the Reaps.
No.
Oh no, that's right. Who they just
They
played.
play the
The
Reaps.
Dogs.
Oh,
No.
They
Dogs get
place.
right. Yeah.
Dogs won.
No, but Dogs won,
Dogs
so they
have
get a bye week. So they have to play the Reapers
Okay.
to then play the Dogs. Love you, Dean. You played great. All right. La Familia's staying at 5. You guys lost this week. Very difficult game, or very great game to watch because that was the championship kind of. They had the championship feeling, really. Mako's come out on top. I'm not going to fault you guys too hard. So, because you were playing the hottest team, the best team right now out there. You guys have a difficult road playing the streaking Magicians. So you guys are at 5 going into the playoffs. I love you. Love you, Tone.
Wow.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Wow.
All right. Again, rounding out the bottom 3. In the 4 position, the Reapers, you guys lose to the Dogs. Lost some of that momentum. Didn't have all that energy that you needed to pull that win out. You're 4 right now. Magicians leapfrog you after the Magicians bounced. Who they bounced you guys? Yeah, they bounced the Kaisens. The Kaisen Ghost Riders. Yeah, no. You just need that energy, Sauce. Be ready. I've seen 6th graders. What did he say? What did he say?
And I coach 6th grade.
And I coach 6th graders.
It's the worst game I've seen in my
It's
life.
the worst. God damn it.
I remember that game.
Yep, that was you.
And then your top 3 are chalk from this point on right now. Magicians streaking, getting great play from unsung heroes. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Trey, we love you. You played great. They were down Sterling. Boogie has done a great job pulling together this team. We love you, Boog. You've done a great job. Also facilitating these trades. I think you guys have been extremely successful since the trade deadline. It's hard not to root for the Magicians. It's also hard not to scream hell yeah every time Mike Mitchell does something. Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
You gotta root for the underdog.
You gotta root for the underdogs. Hana Madula Habibi. What does that mean?
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Like, thank God, my love.
I love you too, so I thank God my love to you. Magicians. Good shit. Way to go into the playoffs with some steam, and now you get a rematch of the guys you broke their hearts. Mike Mitchell, you did. Or Kyle Arts. It depends on how you watch that game. Next. Dogs. Dogs 2. Dogs. The script was in. I told you.
Mitch wrote it.
0-5.
What an author.
What a Luther. Stromboli. Yeah, Mitch is a great author. 0-5 start the season. 5-0 since then. Second longest win streak right now. Playing pretty well. You're going to have to continue to play well. That's just what it is. You're coming together more. The ankle scares me. I'm looking at it. It's wrapped up right now. Hopefully Chef is all good.
We'll see.
We'll see. But
We have another 2.5 weeks.
that's right. You guys have time on your side, though. So
That's why I got back in the game, because I knew we had to win that.
Well, yeah.
Because my foot was killing me.
yeah, because you're a goddamn psycho.
I wanted to win.
He's a goddamn psycho, and everybody knows it, especially me. Next, Mako's number 1. I don't think it comes to any surprise.
Oh, yeah.
They played the best basketball down the stretch.
Oh, yeah.
They have redeemed themselves. Redeemed team against the La Familia, their arch nemesis, because they lost to them earlier in the season by like 1 or 2 points.
One.
Off of Brisky steal attempt.
Off of Brisky steal attempt where he didn't think he fouled and he tackled Braylon.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny and I enjoyed it, but everything has been righted. The ship. Luther Stromboli, Coach of the Year. Not to Darvis, but Darvis doesn't get a vote because it's hilarious.
Can you type in other on the thing?
I will address Darvis. Darvis is our number 1 hater, but also number 1 supporter.
I love him.
I love him
I'm
so
glad that
much.
He's out there all the
I
time.
am too. He yells Tim Tebow at me. I appreciate it. Thank you, Kyson. I wish, and then he also says every white player is the other white player from the NBA. Like Corbin did the Rondo move. And then he goes, Kyle Korver. And I was like, Kyle Korver has never done that move in his entire career.
Maybe Jason Williams.
Maybe Jason Williams. Kyson goes, what's another white guy? That's so funny. No, shout out to the Makos. Yusuf, hamdulillah.
Yes.
Did I do it?
Yeah.
Hamdulillah, Habibi. I love you. You're a psycho. You're a pain in my ass. I have to keep telling you to get off the bench of teams that you're not a part of. My fucking favorite moment, can I tell you? Falls to the ground. Gets up, stomps over to the medical tent, gets a vapor rub up.
Yeah, he just slapped it all over the
that shit
court.
over. I was fucking dying, dude. I was laughing so hard I fell over. I was laughing so hard I fell over. That doesn't happen very much. These are Parker's power rankings.
He's an actor. He's a paid actor.
And if you disagree, fuck you. I love you. Hamdulillah, Habibi.
Yes.
All right,
Give me this one back.
We'll take our seats. Get back to the task at hand.
More like the ass at hand.
God, this is I don't know what the fuck's up with the other camera.
What'd you do?
I don't know. I'll figure it out after. All right. We got one more thing to discuss. Unless you guys want us to discuss anything else, tell us in the comments.
Yeah, I'm checking them now. If anybody disagrees with me, I'll fucking kill you.
We're making a list, checking it twice.
Gotta find out who's naughty or nice.
Who's Darvis or Luther?
Who's Darvis or Luther?
All right. Last thing on the docket, we are going to make our predictions for week 1 and then the championship game. Week 1 of the playoffs, excuse me. So we have, starting with the loser game, I want to call it more the pride game. Who's going to be the worst team in the league? Not the gay pride league, just pride, overall pride.
It could be the gay pride, we don't know.
We have the Panthers facing against the Ghost Riders. Obviously, you're going to pick the Ghost Riders to win that game. Fadi.
I picked Panthers.
All right, you know what? Fair enough. Fadi, who's your pick?
I got the Panthers, man. It's hard to vote against Dom and Fritz. And their supporting cast. Ramadan-ish. I got the Panthers. Sorry, Kyson.
Nah,
Kyson picked it.
Bro,
Why are you saying sorry to his
That's
ass?
a crazy word.
That's so funny.
And I don't think they pull it off from what I've seen against the Magician.
Wait, what?
From what I've seen against the Magician.
Oh.
All right, I think it depends on who the Ghost Riders have in attendance. It'll come down to matchups for me. If you do have Vaughn, if he makes a surprise comeback, he probably won't. If you have Tommy again,
Would they both be able to play? Yeah.
no. You either get one or the other.
Thank you, yes.
As well as Trayvon. Again, and it depends on how serious people are going to take this game.
I feel like the Panthers will take it more serious than the
I think so
Riders.
too.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And we had 2 first-year coaches come in, design some amazing jerseys. We love you. Did they?
No, they had the ideas. I designed the jerseys, but they had the ideas.
Well,
And
good
then
job.
They approved the ideas. So
Gym of the year.
they were just as much an important part of that process.
Well, good job. Fun teams. I'm going to go Panthers.
Yeah. Panthers. Game number 2. We have, I don't know which game's going to be number 2, but we'll say right now La Familia versus Magicians. That's going to be game number 2. That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Not familiar versus Magicians.
Yeah. This Magicians just beat them 2 weeks ago.
Bad buzzer beater.
They still beat them.
But without Santi.
They just lost with Santi to a team that
To a way
the
different
Makos just beat the Magicians the week before on a buzzer beater. To go with your theory,
You guys did. Wow.
on a buzzer
That's
beater.
what I was saying. Like, as soon
We
as
were
we made
just,
that trade, them boys been on a tear.
That's what I'm saying. So
So
it's a different team.
That's the toss-up.
It's a toss-up.
No, our defense that game was haram.
And then again, you guys don't even really have that much defense. Other than
I'm saying that was terrible. Against the Magicians, that was probably the worst defense
so
ever
it's really
played.
just out. Well, we're not even talking about y'all. We're talking.
I got La
about
Familia.
You got family?
I can't go against
I got
Coach
La Familia.
Tone,
I don't think
man.
Tone will like that.
I've seen Tone coach at some key moments in my life. Man's
I
dog.
think from a talent standpoint, I think La Familia probably boasts like 3 or 4 of the best players in that matchup before you get to a Magician.
Yeah.
And that's not saying anything bad about the Magicians. That's just saying how stacked this La Familia team is. And we called them earlier top heavy. I remember you said it in the season.
Many times.
possibly top heavy. But
Definitely top heavy.
Yeah.
It's not possibly. Look at the stats.
It's possible that it's definitely top heavy. But the Magicians are streaking right now, and you can't take that away from them. Having come off of a buzzer-beating win against La Familia, I say we're going to ride the vibes. We're going to ride the magical vibes.
You're going
You got
Magic
Magicians?
Men?
Let's see the Magic Men. Let's see him pull it off.
Now, I love the storyline, and I would love to see the Magicians win. I think the Magic ends here. I think that their storybook has an ending, and I think that La Familia is going to put that to bed. I think they're going to do it early, and I think that they're going to come out with a different team than what we saw. I think Braylon's going to have a huge game, and I think La Familia is going to take them. I could be wrong. Magicians are hungry. They're a really good team, but I think this is Braylon's game, and I think the lack of him in the MVP talk,
It's gonna fuel him.
it's going to fuel. He's in the discussion, but we've all, and in the comments too, he's not going to see the comments if he's not here, but everybody's saying Sway. Bray's phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
You saw him do it to us. 40 points. Barely missed.
Yeah.
Do it.
He can do it.
Hit the half-court buzzer beater
I
on us
think
last season.
I would think
I
when the
remember that.
moment
Ridiculous.
when the moment is right, Bray's going to shine. I got Familia.
All right.
Last game of that week, Reapers and the Goblins.
Reaper.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Reapers.
I don't
Reapers.
see. Well, I don't see who's really stopping Phil
Yeah.
Or Sway.
or Sway.
Hey,
For
I mean,
sure,
it's just-
Sway. But I mean,
I
feel like-
think Sway's the bigger issue.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying, so
they recently matched
that's
up
why I
too.
didn't say
It was,
Sway
and it was a
first.
blowout.
yeah, it was
They're gonna
definitely
throw
by
the
more
guy
than
that's
12.
Sway.
It was over 20.
It was?
Yeah. Clock ran out because remember they
Oh,
got
yeah, they
upset
did, yeah,
because
they
had
got
97
caught, yeah.
points.
That's the day J-Ball got
That's
captured.
when Phil had 42, was it not? Wait, what?
That's the day he left.
No.
No,
That's not the game?
He
No,
got
they just
captured.
played. They just played.
J-Ball,
Phil had 42.
Yes, they
when
just
Phil had
played.
42.
Week 9.
Oh, yeah, okay.
guys,
I
now
was thinking
J-Ball got
44.
captured. Free
44.
J-Ball. He got
Oh,
captured.
They won that game, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
by
That's
the-
what I'm saying. I'm
They
thinking
blew
back, like
Yeah.
when they had that comeback. I was like, without Phil,
Yeah.
they had that wonderful comeback.
Yeah, that was in the beginning of the season. Yeah, week 3.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So
Yes.
they did play again.
Yes, they played
yeah.
again, and then they won.
I think it's going to be the Reapers. I think the Goblins got out of their skid a little bit, but I don't think it's covered up enough. It's going to be very difficult. Again, I think the Reapers match up well. Goblins have a lot of size on that team, and I think that if they don't take advantage of that, this is going to get ugly fast. But I think the Reapers just come in to this game having a better identity of who they are and how they want to play this matchup.
They have the 2 leading scorers in the league with Sway and Phil, and we saw last time they had no answer for either one of them, but
Yeah.
particularly Sway. Phil, they just let
We
they
talking
let
about
shoot.
Batman switched on this way.
Phil, they let shoot wide open. Didn't even put a hand up.
It was lucky he wasn't hitting. That's all you can say.
He had
He
44.
had 44.
I'm talking about the last. I was thinking about his last game.
No, 2 games
Two
ago.
games ago,
Okay,
yeah,
2 games
44.
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
44.
talking about when they just played 2 weeks ago. He had 44. Sway had 28. Sway got to the hole every single time.
Oh my god! And
There's
just
no way I can
finished
stay
every
every
which
on
way.
that team.
28 and 44.
God damn it!
That's the game he checked in 3 minutes, right?
No,
No, not
the
that
game
one.
before.
There's
was
in
the
between the 2 games
Yes.
you're thinking of.
Yeah.
10 games a season, boy.
It's a
I know,
long season.
it's a long
It's
season.
a long season.
Buckle up! Next season's 40.
No, next season is
God's
season
ass.
6
I'm
is
about to
shorter.
retire.
Season 6 is shorter. It's going to be just 7-week regular season. It's going to just be
Three-
everybody
what?
plays each other once, and then 2 weeks, new gym. Everything will be announced next week.
Spoiler.
I got spoilers.
Too many
Spoiler.
spoilers.
No, it should be fun. I'm ironing out the kinks right now, but season 6 is on the way. Draft will be in May. So get your money right, $100. Get your money right so that you can pay on time, or else you're not gonna be in the draft pool.
Are we having like a draft meeting?
What you mean?
What?
Like how you guys just recently just did like the whole draft?
Oh, you talking
Yeah, I'm gonna do a
about,
draft again.
Yeah, we'll do a
okay,
draft
okay.
again.
Yeah.
Were you there
showing up
last
in a
time?
suit
No,
kind of
I'm coming this.
Can
You have to come.
Coming
Hey,
this time.
Everyone
Yeah,
has to dress up, Cousin. You got to dress up.
I'm not dressing up.
All right.
I'll wear a suit.
please wear a suit, wear a collar
That'd be
shirt,
fun.
something. Give me something.
Or a button up.
There you go.
A floral
That's
button
it.
A floral?
up. A floral
I
button.
love it.
Some
I love
khakis.
it.
Fuck yeah.
All right, we're gonna end this with championship predictions. Who we think, and it's good because we have 2 guys that are now, not biased. Championship predictions, who do you think's making it and who do you think's coming out on top? Go ahead, Kyson.
Alright, so championship predictions. Who's winning it all?
Who do you think's going to be the two teams come out of each conference?
Oh, okay. Makos, Dogs.
Makes Dogs.
Yeah.
And then who do you have winning that matchup?
Let me think. Let me let it play in my head real quick.
He's got all 40 minutes going.
Yeah, it's great.
On fast forward.
When I say, I think I got the Makos though, for sure.
Alright.
Because I'll never doubt Yusuf for sure. Because yeah, I got the Makos.
All right. Makos Dogs. Makos.
I got.
We know who you got. Who do you think's coming out of your other conference?
I think I got the Reapers.
Okay.
Sorry, Mike.
That's okay. It's been said plenty of times.
Sway, Phil. If they're both playing good, and at least if Nick gives them at least 10, I think they're just too hard to beat.
Yeah, but see, Nick's is a bit if. That's why I didn't go with the Reapers. Because Nick is a little iffy.
Somebody kept calling him Brick Aracena on the sideline.
I think it was Snarker.
Oh, it was me.
Snarker.
Yeah, I
Snarker.
forgot.
It was your alter ego.
I love you, Nick. Nick knows how much I love him.
I got us winning, of course, but
Of course. All right. I do have Mako's Reapers in my bracket.
yeah.
And then I think Mako's win that game. But I think we've come down to extremely exciting playoff basketball, elimination basketball, March Madness, if you will.
Yeah.
Perfect time.
I feel like all the
Perfect
games
time.
will be close.
Oh, I think so too. I think they'll be very.
No.
I think they'll be very competitive. I think it'll be a game of runs and diarrhea. But other
Shout
than
out
that,
Kyle Arts.
shout out Kyle Arts. Hope your stomach feels
We're
better.
playing same time, right? Not increase the minutes, just 20
No,
minute
same,
halves.
same.
Okay.
20-minute halves. Yeah. So again, I think it's going to be who comes to play that day.
Yeah, honestly.
I'll be done
I think it'll be
fast.
that. You'll feel it when the energy in the gym. You'll feel it. You'll feel the energy.
I think out of the teams left, I think 4 have very good chances of winning a championship, which is probably better than any of the seasons in the past. I think Mako's Dogs, Reapers, La Familia have the best chance to win.
100%.
Yeah.
That's
They
not.
have the highest percent.
I think so. Yeah, yeah.
Yusuf gets
If you had to
the
go
second.
live odds, what do you got?
Mako's like minus 100, Dogs and Reapers plus like 130, 130, and then La Familia plus 160. I don't
Plus 500,
sports
sure.
bet,
Yeah, I'm not-
so I have no idea what they mean. But I know if the plus is
It would
more,
be the
It's
opposite.
less likely.
It would be the minus.
It's more likely.
No, you're right.
Everyone's
Yeah,
No,
better.
I think I was right.
you're
The
right.
minus
Yeah.
is what most likely will happen, right?
yeah, and then the plus.
No, it's the opposite. It's
No.
the
I
opposite.
think plus is definitely what's least likely to happen.
Yeah, plus-
Minus,
least
No, it's
likely.
the opposite.
No, because
Minus.
when you have plus the
Plus
76,000 odds is like when you
As you
make
see,
money.
none of us here gamble.
We don't gamble.
Where the fuck is
I watch people
Where's
win.
Mitch
I
and
watch
Kyle?
people win.
Mitch.
But I think everybody has a pretty good chance. And then if we're gonna do the other plus 1,000 magicians goblins, because I think the talent
Just tell
for the magicians will come to get them at some point. I think they're an extremely talented team. It's just you look at the teams left on top. I mean, you have multiple MVP candidates spread throughout these teams. You have multiple All-Stars.
Well, some powerhouses on those teams.
That's what I'm saying. And then the Goblins not really clicking until last week. So I think it'll be very exciting, very fun. Mike, we know you're
Yes,
going to pick the
yeah.
Dogs, but who do you think's coming out of the other
Minus
conference?
is most likely, least plus is least likely to happen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wait, plus is least likely?
Plus is least likely, minus is more likely.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I was right.
Yeah.
Was I right?
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
yes.
Thank you, Sneaker Diarrhea. Whoever you are. I know.
Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it.
It's hard to pick against a guy I've gone 2 times in a row against. I've gone. It's been La Familia Dogs and then La Familia Wolfpack. So it's very hard to pick against that. I want to say Mako's, but I'll go Dogs Familia,
Oh, the rematch.
and I think I get him again.
There you go.
If I'm being honest with
He's
you.
calling his shot, Tone. What are you going to do?
He's going to try to beat us. Nick said, can you explain how the next 2 weeks work?
Sure.
Next week we have off.
Happy Easter.
Sunday.
And if you don't celebrate Easter, just enjoy your Sunday.
Happy Ash's birthday. That's
Happy
really
Ash's
what,
Bake Shop
what we're
birthday.
off for. And the anniversary of Ash's Bake Shop's coming up as well. 3 years.
3 years. Yeah.
If you win, you get a free cookie.
Win what?
Well, you already lost.
You're out.
So,
Exactly.
You have 4 cookies.
Yeah,
sitting
you're
outside
going to
you.
get some cookies.
Hey, man.
You got to eat them all on camera.
So this
And
next
we're going to put it
week,
on our OnlyFans.
Diabetes.
next week we have off, Nick. week
bad.
April 7th is the first week of the playoffs. How it's going to look is we have the gym from 11 to 3 instead of 10 to 3. So first game will be the loser game at 11:15. From there, we're going to go into the Orange Conference wild card round. So it'll be La Familia versus the Magicians, and then we're going to end it with Osceola Conference, Reapers versus Goblins. How it's going to look in the final week, we have the full 5 hours again, 10 to 3. We're going to go first game will be the winner of Familia versus Magicians playing against the Makos. The second game will then be the Dogs versus the winner of Reapers and Goblins. Then we'll go to the 3-point shootout, give the winner of that game a little bit of time to recoup. We'll go into the championship game and then the award ceremony, unless we run out of time, in which case I'll schedule a venue and do the award ceremony in a separate location. But ideally, we do the award ceremony there that day. Any further questions, let me know. We good?
You already picked the 3-point contestants?
No, I don't know how I'm doing it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, last time we did 2 from each team. We let the teams pick who they wanted.
I remember they were playing on the team.
Yeah, they played the other like game style of 3-point shootouts. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Should have like a rookie 3v3 or something.
Or 1-on-1.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, or like international.
Exactly like NBA.
International would be great.
Who do we have in
I don't know.
Just all the Spanish people.
Oh my god.
Yusuf
Yeah, Yusuf, that's true.
represents
That's it.
Palestine.
And
Ish.
you got Ish. Yeah. But yeah, just put the Spanish people on there and the black people and white people. You know,
Segregate is what you're saying.
it's not really segregation because
The segregation.
Oh, I see.
The segregation. Instead of the rookie-sophomore game.
I love this. We need to get you with Brandon Ash and me, and we just need to lock ourselves in a room and come up with new stuff for the league.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were going on some Diddy rants.
No,
Oh, did he do it?
Oh my god.
Did he do it?
I seen. I read that.
He did
All right,
it.
guys. Do we have anything else to add?
Did he do it?
He could have. I like Diddy.
I
don't
do
know what's
too.
going on, but I like Bad Boy's music in the 90s.
I
So
don't know.
I don't know if you like what he's doing nowadays.
I'm not paying attention to it. Sometimes that's the best way to handle it.
We'll see what happens.
Watch your kids. That's all
Hide
I'm
your
gonna
kids,
say.
hide your wife, because they're raping everybody out here. Have a wonderful night. That is CeleTake
Love you.
Podcast, episode 11. We will be back next week. We will discuss some more shit. I'm going to think of what we're going to discuss, and we're going to discuss it. Episode 12 next week. Tune in, same time. We're probably going to be late.